everyone, it's Holly and I'm here with another weekly wrap-up, and just really quick I want to say that I'm pretty sure I have comments that I have to respond to, but I've been working like a crazy person. I almost didn't even film this video, but I do plan on reading them and responding to them. Hopefully this coming weekend. I'm going to have a 3-day weekend, so I should be able to get caught up on everything. I'm like behind on reviews too. So this is my third weekly wrap up, and just like last week I only read 2 books. Although I did start reading Blood of the Fold this week by Terry Goodkind, which just like last year with Stone of Tears, I've kind of divided the book up to read a little bit every month, and I fully intended that if I was feeling that book to keep reading to kind of get ahead and everything, but it just was not, like, I'm not disliking it, but it also isn't like gripping me. But I did read 2 full books, and the first one I read was The Winter's Curse by Marie Rutkoski. This is one of the books I got from Book Outlet during their Black Friday sale, and I think I said this in my haul for that, like, thing, whatever. I still think this cover is really weird. It just doesn't really make sense to me, and it kind of hurts my eyes to look at it, but that's fine. People really like this. I did give it 4 stars. I liked it more than I kind of expected to. It's basically a fantasy story, and there's kind of like 2 cultures going on, and before the events in this book, one culture, like one nation or whatever, took over another, and so that other culture is now slaves and stuff. And so it basically follows these 2 characters, Kestrel and I think his name is Aaron. Yes, Aaron. And Aaron is a slave, and Kestrel is like a pretty important person, and she's she's supposed to be very intelligent, and she ends up buying him, and then just like things happen. I mean, I give it 4 stars. I thought it was enjoyable. I wish I could have had more world building, but because it is a trilogy, I kind of feel like in a lot of ways this was just laying the groundwork, and that as the series continues that I'll get more of that. Like, and by more world building, I mean I just want more backstory on like what happened, what these people and these cultures were like before the takeover and things like that. I just need more of that, and I'm hoping we'll get to explore that more. And I definitely have no idea where this series is gonna go. You know, like some of the trilogies you kind of can predict what the end game is, and I have no idea what the ultimate resolution or happy ending, if there is one, would be for this series, which I think is pretty good. And I do think it's going to have a lot of like political intrigue and those kinds of things, and that does interest me, along with like slave stories, which she does a decent job of handling this idea of, like, especially being so close to having, like, it's not like it's been hundreds of years, these people still remember having autonomy, and now having to kind of like to be something different. I don't know if that makes sense. But the other book I read was Wallflower Gone Wild by Maya Rodell. So earlier this month I read the first book in the series, and a couple months ago I read the 3rd one. That's how I roll. This one I gave 3.5 stars. I definitely think, even though I read the series out of order, I would say the series gets progressively better. I did like this one more than the first one. About 3 wallflowers, and this one is about a girl named Olivia, right? Yes. And she is London's least likely to cause a scandal. Like, she is the perfect girl. She's just always doing what her mother tells her to do, and she just believes that if she does this, everything will work out, and, you know, she'll get a husband and she'll have her happily ever after, but that has not worked out well for her. And then her parents end up basically giving her to a guy who is known for killing his previous wife, and she's like scared to death, so she's like, oh, I'm just gonna create all kinds of scandals. And he is obviously not as bad as people think he is, but he does have some issues. I don't know. I enjoyed both characters. I really liked Olivia, She was kind of funny and a little snarky, I feel like. And what is his name? Finn. Finn was great. Oh my gosh, he was funny too, but like more like you kind of laugh at him kind of things. And he doesn't have very good like social skills, especially with women. And so throughout the story there's like this running thing where like his friends are like telling him how to like interact with women and everything, and it's just like it never like works right, and I think that that's hilarious. I liked them as a couple. I thought their romance progressed pretty well. There was a little bit of like conflict driven by just not talking to each other, which I've said a million times, especially lately. I feel like it's not a conflict I like. I definitely felt like this book, the sexual tension like went on way too long, like without a payoff. So I don't even think the characters like even kissed until after page 200, and I can appreciate a slow burn, but I was like, oh my god, can these people just get over themselves already? Like overall I liked it, and I thought it was fun, and like I said, I liked it more than the first book, but I did like the third book a little bit better. I'm kind of in this weird reading phase where I don't fully know what I want to read. I think part of that is just having been so busy at work. I just don't want to get completely sucked into something and then like have a night where I don't get to sleep enough, because that's not gonna work well when I'm already like stressed out from working so much. So I don't really know where I'm going to start next. I do think I've kind of decided in my head, in an effort to not spend a ton of money on books, I'm not planning on starting any series that I don't already own most of or all of them. So I'm going to stay away from a bunch of like first books I have in a series for a while, and I have quite a few of those. But I am currently reading a nonfiction book. The dust jacket is off. But I got this for Christmas in like 2013. It's called The Bible of Unspeakable Truths. It's by Greg Gutfeld. It's kind of a political book. I don't really talk about politics on my channel. I don't think most booktubers do. But mostly this is just, like, I find Greg Gutfeld really funny, personally, and we don't share all the same political beliefs, but we have a decent amount in common. And it's really kind of just like a funny take on different like political and social situations. I'm enjoying this. I'm about 75 pages in, and this is definitely the kind of book that if like I am like drawn to reading a traditional like a fiction story, I can set this down. It's not like I'm gonna miss anything. So yes, that's my weekly wrap up. I feel like I talked really fast. I'm sorry. I feel like this is gonna be horrible to edit, and I really don't want to spend a lot of time on that. Yes. Thank you so much for watching. Bye!